Amara stared at the email on her screen, her heart thumping like a drum beaten out of rhythm. Her manager had just copied the entire department into a message blaming her for a mistake someone else made. No explanation. No chance to defend herself. Just blame. The longer she read it, the hotter her chest felt. She opened a reply window and her fingers typed like they were on fire. If you actually paid attention, maybe you should check your facts. This is not my fault. Sentence after sentence poured out of her, anger, frustration, wounded pride. By the time she was done, the message was long enough to be a chapter in a novel. Her thumb hovered over send, and just then, her phone went black, battery dead. Amara let out a sharp, irritated sigh. She grabbed her bag, stormed downstairs, and bought a drink from a street vendor just to cool off. The vendor, an elderly man with gentle eyes, watched her quietly as she paced. You look like someone carrying fire in their pocket, he said. Amara blinked. That's accurate. He pointed to the trees behind his kiosk. Sit for a moment. When the wind passes, you'll hear something. She didn't know why she listened, but she Saturday, the wind pushed through the branches, tossing leaves lightly, making a soft rustling sound. It wasn't loud, but there was something calming about it. What am I supposed to be hearing? She asked. The old man smiled. The wind passes through the tree, he said. It does not cling to any leaf. He paused. Why do you cling to every harsh word someone throws your way? Amara looked down. She hadn't realized how tightly she was holding on to the unfairness, the humiliation, the need to be right now. The vendor continued. Sometimes the message not sent is the peace you keep. It felt like someone had poured cool water over her anger. She sat there until the fire inside her faded to warm ash. When she finally stood to leave, the man nodded as if he'd been waiting for that exact moment. Back at the office, she plugged in her phone, opened the draft, and quietly deleted the entire message. Then she wrote a calm, factual reply. Hello sir, I believe there may be a mix-up. Here is the correct information. No emotions. No accusations. Just clarity. The next morning, her manager apologized. Turns out, someone else had owned up to the error. Amara smiled, remembering the old man's words. Sometimes silence is not weakness. Sometimes restraint is not fear. Sometimes the peace you protect is more valuable than the point you are trying to prove. And from that day on, whenever anger rose in her like a storm, she paused and listened for the sound of the wind passing through the trees, the sound of the message she didn't send.